Horrified, you will choose a character who has a special power and a number of action points. These actions drive your turn, and you will use these action points to move around the board, to help out these little villagers that you can call to you or walk with, and to interact with items which are key for defeating monsters. Monsters come with a variety of mini games which draw them out. When you've completed the mini game, the monster will be drawn out, and then they are free for you to attack, or in the case of Frankensteins, let them get married. Aww. At the end of every player's turn, there will be a monster event with the card turned over and the event read out, and then the monster potentially attacking people using the dice. Oh, good attack. If the monster deck runs out or the terror track gets to the end, you lose, but if you defeat all the monsters, you win.
Horrified is another game from the team at Prospero Hall, who have done the Funkoverse game, the Jaws, and some others, and they are just on a roll at the minute. Horrified is an excellent co-op game, and I find myself saying more and more often that I don't like co-op games, yet I'm playing them more, and Horrified is definitely one of my favourites. The theming is phenomenal, the way the whole co-op works, that you can use items and you have to get to the right place, encourages teamwork and people to specialise, and it does therefore suffer from the age-old co-op problem of alpha gaming, where one player takes over and basically tells everyone what to do. But what I generally find is that in groups that I play in, we kind of work out the challenge together, so we don't really take individual turns. Yes, one player is the captain of that turn, so to speak, but everyone is kind of chipping in, going, oh, would it be best if I go here? Or what do you think? Yeah, you go there, give that to me, and I'll dash off there later on. And we kind of share that load. And this game particularly works well for that. So I haven't found an alpha gamer problem as yet, but then we tend to run it as a group experience where every player's turn is every player's turn, if you see what I mean. The difficulty levels are great. The 2 monsters is perfect for your family night, working up to perhaps having more monsters or the more complex monsters. But even with 3 monsters in, the game becomes a challenge to complete, and you'll get right down to the last kind of bits that you can run out of before losing the game. The theming and artwork is phenomenal throughout. The standees are great. Those villagers just add, you know, if they weren't in the game, we might feel like there was a little bit missing, but they add a great element to the game. The monster minis for me are both brilliant and disappointing. There is a bit of a mishmash having the standees and the miniatures, but also the werewolf was missing a hand on mine, and I know that has happened on some other people's copies of the game. So the mini quality isn't up to your kind of minis game standard, up to your Cool Mini or Not standard, or even some other games of this weight. But for the price, you're getting a fairly good value, and I have started blinging those up with the Funkoverse Mystery Bag Universal Monsters, and there's because it's Universal Monsters, there's loads of figures out there that you could use as replacements. I think the game variety is huge because you can mix up the monsters. They can easily add monster packs which add in new monsters, and there are some that haven't been used from the Universal Monsters franchise so far. They could even start adding in other IPs, I guess. So I just found Horrified an absolute delight to play. It's one that I've played lots of times, and again, both with my game group and my family. The playtime comes in at less than an hour, certainly with 3 to 4 players. I haven't played it with 5 or as a solo game, and I think it might lose some of its appeal there. And turn, as a solo game, might turn into a bit more of a management, but I haven't tried it yet, so I can't really say on that. I love the difference between the monsters, but also the way they have their own individual powers. The monster that's angry with the flame token flips around, and that's great because you can never be sure that you're not going to get attacked. You want to stay away from the monsters as much as possible. Certainly you want to keep the villagers away because they have no way of defending themselves. It just comes together as a fantastic game and experience. Right from when you open the box and see that message on the back of the board to finishing your first game, whether you win or lose. Intimidation factor is very low. It's a very easy to understand game with easy concepts to understand. The rulebook is good. It does a good job at getting them all the rules over. Might be a little bit full, but it does have various sections, and I like that it tells you the complexity of each monster, and the monster cards all have the setup for the other monsters on the back, so a monster you're not using can aid with setup. The game is a lot of fun, especially when you're playing at a level that challenges your group. So if you're playing with family, I do recommend starting on that 2 monsters. If you're playing with a game group, go straight in at 3. Have yourself a bit of a challenge. It's difficult, but it's not impossible, is what I'm trying to say. So will I be keeping my collection? Absolutely be keeping it in my collection. This is a strong recommendation. Perhaps my favourite Prospero Hall game yet. I'm now worried as I say that. Is it Prospero Hall? Yes, good. Perhaps my favourite one yet. I prefer it to Jaws, and I really like Jaws. And I probably prefer it to Funkiverse just because it's a bit more immediate, and co-op games always go down better with my family. So that is another Zatu review, this time of Horrified. Please click the like if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content, subscribe. Find our social media content in the description there. We are doing Facebook Live videos a lot, especially at this time. So joining us on Facebook is a really good idea. If you would like to do videos for Zatu or perhaps write for them on the blog, do go to the website and head to the Write For Us section. That is at the bottom of the website, and you could be doing these videos and joining a great team of bloggers and YouTubers. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.